the great Milky Way chase. Join me for the next 23 days as I go and get a Milky Way every night. And every day I'll post another video of what I captured, where I went, and how we got it to work. You know what? I'm gonna get an awesome one tonight.
The slow day, the calm, the night will unfold. I never thought that I would be traveling this road. People keeps missing, the clouds seem to fade. And every occasion I whisper your name. I'm happy to hear that you'll still be around. I thought you were leaving without a sound. In my little world you are both pros and cons. So tell me, are you still in there? As beautiful as you are, you just don't know how far.
We are just outside Eureka, Utah, and this silo has been a very fun light painting out in the middle of nowhere, but only an hour away from home. So what an awesome way to get to dark skies without all that much effort. Quick drive. I barely made it here before the sun set behind me. Woo! And you know, honestly, tonight's Milky Way is gonna be one that I've taken 5, 6, 7 times before. And I'm looking forward to seeing how different it can be tonight in a different setup. So I typically park right here and shoot. I'll light from way down there on the side of the road, and then I'll be parked right here with my tripod or somewhere nearby to capture my shot. Funny story, see this area behind me? I was standing probably right here, and for those of you who have done solo adventures out and gone out here at nighttime in the dark and had that little bit of fear or lots of fear, you pull up and the lights, you're bright, everything's crazy cool, and then you stop. You turn off the car engine and oh, immediately the darkness sweeps over you. You start to get a little antsy and you feel like over there or over there or over there, there's someone who could see you, the light in the car, but you can't see them. It's totally dark. Having my tripod out right around here, I start taking shots and I'm just about getting my focus ready. I haven't really done anything. I'm looking up at Jupiter, get my focus, and then coming back into my shot when suddenly I hear it sounded like someone had just snuck up from behind me and breathed on my neck. What are you doing out here? What are you gonna do, little guy? And I was afraid immediately. You know, that little afraid stance that we get, all of a sudden, instant shoulders up, body in, your arm comes in, you're thinking, my arm's out here, I can't do anything, but if I'm right here, I'm ready to go. So instantly, everything clenches, and I look behind me and I can't see anything. The black figure, braying, making sound, was a giant cow. Not giant, it was a regular sized cow right here. It's just on this side of the fence, just hanging out. And man, that mother jammer had me so freaked out. I was already on edge a little bit, just thinking, who's out? Who else is out here? What else is out here? What coyote is gonna come eat me? Which never happens, by the way. Coyotes will not attack you. I mean, very rare cases. I mean, we're talking 3 that I could find when I looked it up because I wanted to make sure I was going to be safe. And I found 3 instances where someone was attacked. Very unique situations, very crazy coyotes. So, freaked me out, scared the out of me. So, here we go. Silo, Milky Way. Man, that creepy hole right there at night makes you nervous about getting too close to this. But I'm gonna try a different angle. Because the Milky Way core is going to be low and over there, what if I put the silo on the far right side of the Milky Way core instead of anything else? Let's find out. bit of a challenge tonight. Here's the situation. Right about here, the moon's coming up. That moon is gonna be an issue. My night sky, my really dark sky that's gonna be out here is going to be ruined by that moon very quickly. So it's pretty big. It just had a full moon a few nights ago. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wanna capture a very low horizon Milky Way, which is different for this silo, because look at these shots. You can see how on these shots, we have the situation of the moon being so close to the Milky Way core that Milky Way core doesn't get very high in the sky by the time the moon is up at the sky. Usually I have it go up and over, and I like to frame the silo underneath the Milky Way. But instead of that, what if the Milky Way was shooting off of it? And so this composition right here, using the 24mm Rokinon that I want to use tonight, it's gonna be tight. I'll have to do a pano. I'll do a couple rows, probably not even gonna have to go multiple rows up and down, but just a couple in a row. I don't know if I'll have to do any multiple rows. I could do one for the foreground and then one for the night sky higher. But the Milky Way is so low in the night sky, I don't really want too much above it, because then it's gonna make it look smaller. And the last thing I wanna do is make that Milky Way look smaller, since I have to fight with the horizon right now for the moon rises. So what I'm gonna do, I'll set up right around here, wherever the Rokinon is needed to be, and let's make this work. I think that Milky Way coming right off the silo could be really fantastic. So just a quick note, I am doing this for the Slik contest, the Great Milky Way Escape? The Great Milky Way Chase, the Great Milky Way Chase. So if you guys are watching that or have noticed it on Facebook, I'm gonna be doing that every day. So if you like these YouTube videos, come back for more. And every day I'll post another video of what I captured, where I went, and how we got it to work. Brendan and I have workshops, Milky Way workshop in Oregon, a Milky Way workshop down in Escalante. And so we're gonna be at different locations, even down in Goblin Valley, hanging out with Phil Sisto, one of our listeners of the podcast. He's gonna be down there in Goblin Valley. We'll be doing a Milky Way with him. So I'll be at a lot of different cool locations doing this Great Milky Way chase. So join me for the next 23 days as I go and get a Milky Way every night. And I'll drive wherever I have to. Take this truck, sleep in the back of it, and go wherever I have to make sure that I get a clear sky enough to get a Milky Way. You know what? I'm gonna get an awesome one tonight. See you when it's dark. Now I'm having gas station food for dinner. I got my Dr. Pepper to keep me awake. Jerky, because I'm trying not to eat just crap. Almonds, oh wait, these aren't almonds. Well, yeah, they're almonds, but I gotta have a little chocolate too. And my Hot Pocket. Crazy enough, I've actually been craving Hot Pockets, and I don't like Hot Pockets at all. It's because I went to White Pockets, and I've been doing White Pocket talking about White Pockets area on the podcast. Whenever I say White Pockets, I hear in my head, Hot Pockets. So that advertising and that jingle has worked. I paid for one of these when I was in a situation, a dire situation at a gas station. I have to wait until 10:50, and so I'm gonna get my camera ready to go before I get out of here. Okay, so now it's about 20 minutes until. I'm gonna set up my lights and make sure everything's working there, and I'm only gonna use one. I only need one for this area. This is the Z96. If you get from F&V, 96 LEDs. This one's the newer one. That one is newer brand on Amazon. Basically a China Fresh model. And this guy, oh, right there. There's the model number if you want to follow it. There's a link down below if you want to check them out. That one's 30 bucks. This one's 150. Even this one's smaller. This one has high CRI LED bulbs, so it's pretty nice. But I'm gonna go set these lights up and let's go see how it looks on the silo. All right, so now my light is in place. I have it on its lowest setting. And even after that, I'm thinking that this might be too bright, but it all kind of depends on whether I go with 8,000 ISO like I'm going here, 13 seconds. All these settings are standard for my Milky Way settings, and so let's see how it looks. So that silo looks pretty dang good. I'm definitely visible. I'm obviously not gonna wanna be on that edge of the lens. It's really distorted. Okay, so now check out this composition right here. So you got the silo up front and center. Obviously this won't be my actual composition because I'm gonna do 3 or 4 off to the left to capture the Milky Way coming off of the silo, but I think this is just right. When you think about what makes it right, the silo was just small in feature, and since the Milky Way is not going over the top of the silo, there's nothing above the silo that's important. Everything that's cool is gonna come off the silo and go up to the sky. So this is gonna help me feature the silo nice and prominently right up front in the image. It's gonna look freaking sweet. The only problem is, the closer you get to the silo, the more you get freaked out. Oh my gads. So I'm gonna capture this shot. Well, okay, I haven't even done my focus yet. That's why I got this guy out. I'm gonna get my focus just right, using Jupiter right there above the top right of the silo. And once I get that in focus, I've gotta capture my shot because that Milky Way is above the horizon barely, and astronomical twilight has ended and I'm in full darkness now. Do you see that in the distance? Oh man, that's a green light. That green light is for the train tracks. Red means that I have a train coming my way. Green, I'm assuming it's gonna be coming my way, but from the east instead of the west. And you can see what it's doing to my silo, painting it green. Oh goodness. That's the one thing about the silo area, is that the train will come by. It came by when I was waiting, so I was thinking, I'm in good shape. That puts me back about 10-20 minutes before that light turns off. I just found my composition. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna capture my shot right now where I can light the Milky Way, see what the Milky Way is doing, do my pano, practice it while I have a green silo. My work here is complete. I got a shot. That's one of the frames of the Milky Way pano. Now this panorama is only one level, just going straight across. And all I really had to do was just try and bring in more of the Milky Way in the shot. That's all I was trying to make sure I got. It's my silo nice and straight, not distorted on the edges of the frame or the edges of the lens. Make sure it's right in the center. And then I went over and captured that Milky Way core, which is on the horizon. It's very low to the ground. The moon is just about to come up. I can see that it's much brighter out there than it normally would be, and it's also got some light pollution in this area. This is a rural area just outside of the great light pollution of Utah County, and so it's time to get out of here. I got everything. I'm freaking myself out. I've been out here too long talking to myself and then going, what was that? As I hear something chewing in the distance, I need to pack my things up and go. So hashtag the Great Milky Way Chase, guys. Get out there and do it too. Get out as many days as you possibly can. I'm gonna join you, watch these videos. I'll keep coming out with them every night. Hope you guys like Milky Way because we're gonna hit a lot of it on Photog Adventures. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Please follow me. And if you guys wanna have a podcast, come check out our podcast. We do Photog Adventure podcasts. We talk Milky Way. We talk landscape photography. And you know what? We just have a lot of fun doing it and telling stories. So if you guys like photography stories and inspiration to get out there, check out our podcast. So thanks guys, see ya, talk to you tomorrow. One down, 22 more to go. If I'm gonna do this 23 days of the Great Milky Way Chase, I'll be in Oregon. I'm gonna be out there in Escalante. I'm gonna be out in Goblin Valley. I'm so stoked to do this and be encouraged to do even more than I was already going to do. So thank you. Hashtag the Great Chase, the Great Milky Way Chase. And hope you guys are also doing it. One down, 22 to go. Sterkta. This is a lot harder than I thought it was when I was driving over it.
It's like if you smear it, it's like a little bit moist, but it's like